Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about the new fusion and why you shouldn't skip this one. So before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. And now let's get back to the video. So Lady Noelle is the new Christmas fusion. As a free-to-play player, I wouldn't recommend anybody to skip any fusion because you don't know when this fusion is gonna be usable or not. You know, at the moment when when the fusion is happening, it might seem like the champion is not usable in certain areas or whatever, but you never know what content might come in the future and where this champion could shine. We had different scenarios where this happened, so me personally, I'm not a fan of skipping fusions at all. So I would always advise everybody to go for fusions, but that's just me. Now, in this particular situation with Lady Noelle, you should definitely not skip it. The first reason is, of course, is the Void Legendary, and you know it's very hard to get Void Legendaries. You don't get many Void Shards, and you don't have many chances to pull Void Legendaries. So you should get every Void Legendary you can. It's a support champion, right? On her A1, she can place block buffs and decrease the turn meter by 20% if the target is under freeze, and this can be booked up to 100%. If Sir Nicholas, so there's synergy with Sir Nicholas. If Sir Nicholas is on the same team, this effect cannot be resisted. This A1 is actually pretty decent, nothing crazy though. The A2, that's where it gets interesting. So it's basically a cleanse with a heal, and a heal of her max HP, which is already a plus. Some champions heal off other, the target champions max HP. Lady Noelle heals of her own max HP, which is really good. So it's an AoE heal, but a single target cleanse if the target is not under sheep. If the target is under a sheep debuff, it will remove the sheep. Now, without Sir Nicholas, this is a pretty mediocre skill. Yes, it's a sheep removal, but it doesn't convince me. With Sir Nicholas, it gets way better because the goodwill skill of Sir Nicholas is the one that activates Unkillable, right? And it won't put Sir Nicholas' skill on cooldown and he can use it again. This might be a potential unkillable combo for the clan boss, for example. The only thing that she needs to do is to target Sir Nicholas with this skill on auto. I'm not sure if she does that, but I would assume so. And then she also places increased speed buffs on all allies, which is really helpful. So this is a free turn cooldown, right? Because you can reduce the cooldown by 2. So it's a free turn cooldown, which is good. Without Sir Nicholas, this skill is pretty mid. With Sir Nicholas, it gains a lot of value. Now, if we take a look at the A3, it's an AoE revive, which is always good, right? Like revivers are always nice to have in every section of the game. And I don't think there's any other skill in the game that does a revive and a control at the same time. So that's also already a plus. Like she will revive and put freeze on all enemies. This sounds really, really good, especially for PvE content. It can be booked down to 3 turns as well. So all her skills are 3 cooldown skills, and this is already pretty good. And that speaks for her. So overall, she's an amazing champ. Her passive decreases the speed of enemies under freeze debuffs by 10%, which can be also pretty nice because you will outspeed your enemies basically, and maybe you're able to place the freeze again. and just keep the enemies controlled. Now, this won't help for clan boss or bosses in general, maybe for Blommel or whatever, but for like waves or in arena, this can be really clutch. The other effect of the passive is when a sheep debuff expires on an ally, fills their turn meter by 50%, which is also pretty nice. We all been there. You got sheeped, your champion is sheep, then your champion gets out of the sheep and is at 0 turn meter. Your enemy's already taken 4 turns or whatever. And this might be just um, a nice way to come back. So she will remove the sheep, and then the ally will be at 50%. This champion also has a arena aura, so it's clearly with the sheep um, mechanics and the speed aura in arena. This champion is designed for arena. Now I have a problem with the fact that um, it's it should be, or like it's kind of a champion that should act as an counter to sheep debuffs, but then at the same time when she revives she puts a debuff and risks to get sheeped herself. So it's kind of like a contradiction. This and this, how does it make sense? Like to me it's a little bit weird. Weird, it's a contradiction. Um, you know, you use her to counter a sheep debuff, but when you revive, you risk to get her sheeped too. So it's kind of weird for me. I don't know. Maybe, the passive should have, if Sir Nicholas is on the same team, then she's immune to sheep, for example, right? That could be a way to do this, to make this more viable. The way it is right now, that the freeze only can't be resisted or blocked, kind of like only risks it more that she gets sheeped. And then the other problem that I'm having is like, are you going to build her with accuracy? Because if Sir Nicholas is on the same team, you don't really need accuracy because all the debuffs can't be resisted, But at the same time, if, for example, for Life Arena, Sir Nicholas gets banned or whatever, or is already picked by the enemy, or like, you can't pick Sir Nicholas and then you just like sit on Lady Noelle, then you kind of need accuracy because the debuffs can be suddenly resisted and blocked too. So it's like, how you gonna build her? Like for Life Arena, I don't think she will be meta changing or anything, because she really needs Sir Nicholas in the same team to shine. And the only place I see her uh, being used is Classic Arena, maybe, and then Siege in terms of PvP. I can definitely see an unkillable comp for Clan Boss. That's definitely one thing I can see. But yeah, I mean, the 30% speed aura is pretty good. There are not many speed aura, revivers. That's already a plus. And if you can manage to get Sir Nicholas on the same team, it's pretty much an OP champion. Now, the only way I can see to prevent her to get sheeped is to have pinpoint gear, for example, get one intercept stack, but that's going to be gone after one attempt to sheep her or stun her or sleep her or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of like the issue I have with this champion. And at the same time, she's, you know, even though she's void affinity, which is, good for a fusion, a void legendary, you always want to get them. At the same time, for this type of champion, it's kind of bad because she only has her A1 that hits, right? That's an attack, and the A2 and the A3 are just like a revive and and then a cleanse. I mean, basically, you just make her a weaker target for all affinities by being void. So I would definitely, for this type of champion, prefer to have her to be, force, spirit, or magic, or whatever. That's just my opinion. At the same time, if you manage to pair her with Sir Nicholas in, let's say, Life Arena, there are a lot of meta champions, meta nukers that can't deal with unkillable. So there's definitely a place for this duo, but it's very niche. So I don't think she will shake up the meta and be, have such a huge impact that everybody is gonna change their uh, approach to live arena, for example. But yeah, overall, I think this champion is really, really solid for PvE content. I can see her being used almost everywhere. I mean, as a reviver, there's nothing much to say. But for PvP content, I think she's uh very situational. Her kit kinda needs Sir Nicholas in the same team to, to get the most value out of it. But yeah, I would definitely not skip her. We never know what's gonna come in the future, what type of content. Maybe she will be absolutely clutch for the Sacred Order faction wars or whatever. So like overall, I would rank her at like a 7 out of 10. She's a reviver, avoid legendary, um, can remove sheeps, can crowd control, and has a arena speed aura and a really high one actually. So she's really, really decent. So I would definitely not skip this one and go for her. Especially when you have Sir Nicholas or you're going for the Yuletide event all the way and you're trying to get him, I would definitely not skip this fusion. So I would definitely release a fusion plan as soon as we get the fusion calendar. I will work on a fusion plan and then upload a video. So keep an eye out on that if you're interested. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped you to see the value of this champion, also to see the issues this champion has in the current meta. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next video.